Welcome back, my dear and lovely friends, and thank you for joining me today as we explore a truly fascinating and exciting topic that has captured the imagination of collectors, treasure hunters, and anyone who has ever wondered whether something as small and ordinary as a 1-cent coin could hide a secret so extraordinary that it could change everything you think you know about pocket change. Today we're diving deep into the story, mystery, and possibilities surrounding the 1970 Lincoln cent, a coin that millions of Americans have held in their hands without ever realizing that among the countless ordinary examples, there could be one extraordinary piece whose value could theoretically reach levels that seem almost unbelievable, a number like $431,000 million because of the right combination of minting errors, striking anomalies, and rare mint mark issues. This script is meant to take you into the world of numismatic imagination, where the combination of rarity, mistake, and discovery transforms a single copper coin into something priceless. The excitement of coins like the 1970 cent doesn't come from the metal itself. After all, it's just a small copper coin that most people don't even bother picking up from the ground. But in the world of coin collecting, mistakes are everything. A simple flaw can make all the difference. When a coin is struck incorrectly, when the dies are misaligned, when the mint mark is doubled or tripled, when the planchet is wrong, or when something unusual happens during the striking process, that one accident can turn an everyday coin into a one-of-a-kind rarity. And with billions of coins minted in 1970, the sheer volume increases the chances that at least a handful slip through the system bearing mistakes that were never meant to exist. The 1970 penny is a perfect example of this possibility. It was struck during an era when minting technology was evolving, and massive coin production demanded speed, efficiency, and long hours of machine use. Dies wore down, misalignments occurred, mint marks were punched by hand in the earlier part of the era, and quality control teams had the difficult task of monitoring huge production output. Whenever a system is under stress or going through transitions, mistakes can happen. And mistakes at the mint can lead to treasures before anyone even realizes what happened. Imagine millions of coins rushing through the presses non-stop. All it takes is one misaligned die, one cracked die, one improperly prepared hub, one mispunched mint mark, one wrong planchet accidentally mixed into a batch, or even one moment of machine malfunction to create something special. And once that one special coin enters circulation, its fate depends entirely on chance. It might fall into a cash drawer, be used to buy candy, end up in a jar for decades, or even be lost somewhere only to be rediscovered many years later. The mystery and uncertainty behind where such a coin could be hiding is part of what makes this topic so compelling. The idea that a 1970 penny could be worth $431,000 million is not based on its metal value or any historical event tied to that year. It comes from the idea that if a coin existed that combined multiple extraordinary errors in a single piece, something so rare that no other example like it exists anywhere, its value would not be determined by typical coin price guides. Instead, its worth would be driven entirely by uniqueness, rarity, collector frenzy, and the simple rule that something which exists as the only example of its kind in the world can command almost any price a collector is willing to pay. When a coin reaches that level of rarity, auctions no longer follow predictable patterns. The story becomes everything, and buyers compete not just for ownership, but for legacy. Now imagine this theoretical coin closely. Imagine a 1970 Lincoln cent struck on the wrong planchet, perhaps a silver dime planchet or another unexpected metal. That alone would make it extremely valuable. But now imagine the obverse die was doubled during preparation, creating strong, dramatic doubling that could be seen clearly in the date, in the word liberty, and in the motto. This would already place the coin among the most spectacular double die errors known. Then imagine the mint mark itself was repunched, not once but twice, leaving behind shadows or separated impressions. That adds another layer of rarity. Combine this with a slightly rotated reverse die, perhaps off by 20 or 30 degrees, creating a noticeable twist in alignment. Add a minor clipped planchet or a broad strike edge that widens the coin slightly and shows it wasn't held properly in the collar during striking. Now layer on a dramatic die crack running across Lincoln's portrait, creating a lightning bolt effect that makes the coin visually unforgettable. When multiple rare errors compound like this, they don't just add value one by one. They multiply value exponentially, because the odds of all those mistakes occurring together in a single coin are astronomically low. That is the kind of coin that captures headlines. That is the kind of coin collectors talk about for decades. That is the type of coin that inspires legends, rumors, treasure hunts, and what-ifs, and what makes the 1970 penny especially compelling is that errors like double dies, repunched mint marks, rotated dies, cracked dies, broad strikes, off-metal strikes, and misalignments were all possible in that era. We know they happened. We know examples from other years exist. So the possibility that a single 1970 coin carries multiple extreme errors is not impossible. It's simply undiscovered. Collectors love the 1970 penny partly because it comes from a transitional period. The minting process was modernizing, yet still carried over many manual steps and older equipment. The Denver Mint issued enormous quantities of coins in 1970, and the pressure to meet demand meant machinery often ran continuously. When production intensity rises, error frequency also rises. Dies age quickly. Punches slip. Plates misfeed. Planchets jam. If a maintenance cycle was slightly delayed or if a worker adjusted equipment hurriedly, mistakes could easily be introduced. The mint mark on the 1970 penny is also part of the fascination. During that time, mint marks were still punched manually onto working dies. This means the D mint mark could be mispunched, tilted, doubled, shifted, or repunched in ways that differ from machine-placed mint marks of later years. A dramatic RPM variety on a 1970 coin is entirely possible. Collectors know that some of the most famous coins in history feature strong RPM errors, and if one such variety exists on a 1970 cent, combined with other rare features, it could be worth an incredible sum. The metal composition also plays a role. The 1970 penny was struck from the traditional copper alloy used before 1982. Copper is a metal that can produce beautiful, distinct strikes, but it also reveals imperfections easily. Die cracks show up more dramatically. Lamination errors are more visible. Even subtle doubling can be detected more clearly by the trained eye. That means if a remarkable error occurred in 1970, it might be easier for collectors to spot today, unless it has been sitting unnoticed for decades in someone's jar or drawer. Another possibility that excites collectors is a mule error. A mule is when two dies not meant to be paired are accidentally used together to strike a coin. Mule errors are among the rarest mint mistakes in American history. Only a few confirmed examples exist from any denomination. If a 1970 penny were ever discovered with the wrong reverse die, or a mismatched die pair, it would immediately become one of the rarest coins ever found. Combine that with doubling or a repunched mint mark, and its value could skyrocket beyond imagination. Another fascinating thing about discussing the potential value of one extraordinary 1970 penny is the human element. People love stories about hidden treasures and unexpected discoveries. The idea that a simple coin you could find in a piggy bank, a garage sale, or inside an old pair of jeans could be the most valuable coin ever discovered is what makes this subject so captivating. It's not just about money, it's about possibility. It's about hope. It's about the thrill of thinking that maybe, just maybe, you could be the one to find something remarkable. Collectors and coin hunters often share stories about finding rare coins in circulation. These stories spread online, in numismatic communities, and across social media platforms. Each story fuels more interest. Someone finds a double die they didn't know existed. Another person finds an off-center strike in perfect condition. Someone stumbles upon a coin struck on the wrong metal. These things happen. And because they happen, the possibility of a life-changing discovery never disappears. Now imagine the world reacting to a discovery of a once-in-history 1970 coin. The news would spread instantly. Coin experts would analyze it. Auction houses would compete for the chance to sell it. Bidders from around the world would prepare for a showdown unlike any other. A coin with multiple extreme errors is not just a collectible. It becomes an artifact. A relic.